Hello, today I want to talk about functional exercise. Before I start telling you what functional exercise is, which is really simple, it's the simplicity of that which functions properly and that which is not functional. Now, I'm going to compare you a couple of different things, but before we go there, I want you to understand that I have been through a journey of 25 years. There was a time in my life when I was paralyzed from the neck down. And it took me 4 years to recover physically. And it took me a total of 25 years to fully recover mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And why does that matter? It's because in that time, in that process, I've learned a lot of things about being fit, about connection with the body, and biofeedback, biogenetic information, and a plethora of other things. So you don't have to go through 25 years of suffering. If you're 25 years, then you can save yourself a whole lifetime. If you are past 25, then you don't have to wait till you're 55 to start learning the lessons that I learned over the past 25 years. Okay, so this message is for you if you are looking for a way to feel better physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. You know what? Because it's all connected. When, as it says, that a rising tide raises all boats. Okay, so my point to you today is that it doesn't matter where you're at. Whatever you do and you start taking action consistently will elevate all your areas. So if you're depressed, this might help you. If you're physically wanting to get something better out of your life and you're already fit, this could help you too. Either way, let me tell you what functional exercise is, and then you can take it from there. So functional is, as I already said, it functions properly. So tell me if this makes sense. We walk around like this, right? And we say hello like that. And we pick up things like this, right? And we're like, oh yeah, hey. We don't do that. That's not functional. When we drive, we don't drive like this, right? We drive like that. When we're at our desk, we sit like this. We're not here in this position. When you say hello to somebody, you don't go, oh, right? When you hug somebody, you don't go, oh, let me flex and oh, right? These things don't make sense. When you want to move something, do you go like this, like that? No. These are non-functional exercises. When you lift things up, do you bend down and go like that and pick stuff up? You don't do that. So when we go to the gym, we are doing all kinds of exercises that are non-functional exercise. Therefore, when you get injured because you're doing something at work, at home, that doesn't relate to the exercises that you do in the gym, then there was a dysfunction and there's a disconnect in between the gym time and your actual lifetime. These things should not be that way, right? So I was paralyzed from the neck down, and I had to find a way that things that made sense to me so that I could function in life. And out of that came a surgence, a desire, and a need to develop something that would put me back functional. Right? When we say hello, we put our hand that way, right? We stretch forward. We don't go like that. Oh, right, hi. We don't, look, we say hello and we stretch just like that. Hey, how you doing? Okay? When we go grab something, we don't bend down like that. We go just like this, and then we bring it towards us. You see that? Like that. We don't walk around carrying things like that unless we're really trying to show up. It doesn't make any sense. When we walk, we'll carry it like this, we'll bring it close to us, and we walk, right? These are functional movements. And if we don't train functionally, then we get injured when we're trying to function in life. So, based on that, this is a simple and common sense that ought to be common, and it should make sense to you. Now, that being the case, it's good to have abs, it's good to have chest, it's good to have big biceps and all of that stuff. I'm not taking away from that. It looks good. But if you cannot perform simple movements and intense movements, because we were designed not to walk around like towers like this. We were designed to move with one leg in combination with the opposite hand. Like that. That's how we're designed to walk. We're designed to carry our head above our shoulders, not forward or anything like that. And so if you don't understand the function of your body and the functions of your muscles, you'll have a tendency to move in one direction that is going to eventually could potentially create injuries, especially the older you get. You know, when you're 25, 30, 35, everything's good, but you get past that 40, and all of a sudden things just don't work the way they used to. You cannot abuse your body like you used to, and then all those chronic issues starts to show up. So, the first video I made about this theme I'm carrying was stretching. The next one is functional exercise. The exercises that are functional are the things that are going to support your shoulder girdle. What's your shoulder girdle? Well, your shoulder girdle is all these muscles. It is these muscles right here, these muscles right here, and the ones in the back. Okay, so we have a group of muscles in the front, a group of muscles in the middle, and a little tiny group of muscles in the back, and that's called the deltoid, front, middle, and back. We have two muscles here, and then we call it the tricep, right? And it's one here and two that come down, and so we have three muscles, 1, 2, and 3. Then we got this big long muscle that goes back all the way down, and it inserts itself in the butt. All right, all of this combination is a shoulder girdle. Why is that important? Because your shoulder is not a true joint. It has the clavicle bone that goes this way, okay? It has the scapula, which is a plate that is back here, and then so you have a plate and another piece of bone that comes like this, and then you got this piece that comes up, but there's no joint to support it. So it floats on a plate and another bone on the top and a little head that rotates. And that's how people get injured, because they don't know how to use that, okay? When we're doing exercises, if you do it correctly, we're doing this number. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We're doing these numbers. But you know what? When we are relaxed, when we're at work, we're doing this. So learning to strengthen all of that, and I'm going to get into those exercises, but first you need to understand the function and how that all correlates. If you're into martial arts like I am in boxing, then a punch that is thrown, you can literally dislocate that whole joint by throwing it the wrong way, okay? Or by somebody pulling on you. And this is an area of major injury. You pick up a box like the one that I just picked up earlier, right? And you pick it up incorrectly by just going like this. You see how it's away from you? Because the reality is you could go to school and they teach you all this stuff of, you know, how to pick properly, but we don't do that, especially when we're tired. But if you learn to move things in a way that makes more sense, in a functional way, you'll develop something that you don't have to think about. You just do it. Okay, so now let's talk about, you know, the supportive muscles for the shoulder girdle. The supportive muscles is the butt, okay? The supportive muscles are the abs. The supportive muscles are these muscles that are down here, and the ones in the back. Now, so you can exercise all of those muscles in the right way by doing um, dips. You can also, and I'll show you some of these exercises on another video. I just wanted to get you to understand that your shoulder and your chest, in combination with your back, is the shoulder girdle that needs to be protected. And when you learn how to protect that, you can also support your back. I'm going to show you one compound exercise that is going to get all of these muscles to be activated together. So with that being said, again, first is awareness, and then comes form, then comes performance, and then comes speed and maintenance. We're going to go down that route, but right now you just need to get the knowledge necessary so that this makes sense, rather than to just jump in and start doing exercises, pumping iron and doing all that other stuff that somehow everybody does, but everybody continues to get injured. So again, this is me sharing with you some of the things that I've learned over the 25 years of coming from being a quadriplegic. That means that I couldn't move anything from my neck down. And I worked really hard, and so I started to look at ways to improve myself, and how do I maintain that over the years. I'm 55 years old and I'm fully functional, and I am sharing with you the gift that was given to me that at first I thought was a curse, but now I found out that it's just one beautiful world that and it's a gift, and I want to share it with you. If this makes sense, then this is for you. And if it doesn't make sense, I hope that you got something out of it. If not, have a good day. Have a nice life. Okay, take care.